In this session, we're going to be looking at using land records, covering Griffiths Valuation, the Tithe Books, and landed estate papers. These are essential sources in your research into your family history, and they can also help locate your ancestral home or townland. We hope you find this useful.
Hello, and welcome to this session, which is using land records, Griffiths Valuation, the Tithe, Books and Estate Records. Now, there was a series of valuation records that took place throughout the 19th century, starting with the Tithe Books from the 1820s and going on through the Townland Valuation, Griffiths Valuation of the mid-1800s, and finishing with the Valuation Revision Books, which went into the early 20th century. And during the course of this session, we're going to be looking at each of those sources in turn to see how they can help with your genealogical research. Now, after the 3 C's of church records, civil records and census records, land records are the next major source. Really, if we had those 19th century census returns, we probably wouldn't be as interested in these records unless perhaps we were looking at the history of a farm. But because we lost the majority of our 19th century census returns, these have become an absolutely essential source for Irish genealogical research. As I said, we're going to start with those Tithe allotment books, which date from the 1820s. There are a few that survive earlier into the 1700s for a few parishes in Ireland, but they are quite few and far between. Now, the tithe itself was a parish tax that contributed to the Church of Ireland rector's salary. However, everyone had to pay this parish tax, not just those who belonged to the Church of Ireland. So Presbyterians, Roman Catholics, all had to pay towards the salary of someone who had little or no part of their lives, as well as, of course, contributing to their own minister's salary. So as you might imagine, this was not a popular tax, if any of them are. It was actually 10% of the produce of land, so it was a considerable tax. Now, what the government realised by this date was that there was a lot of discontent, a lot of unhappiness